Okay, this is the second video. We've actually done quite a bit of work. We've done a couple of flat faces and also a face that has a curved line in it. Okay, we have one more ellipse that we need to account for. Now, the first ellipse, the top half of it, we figured out lies along this line here. Okay, and we found the center point and we projected the ellipse. All right, now this portion that corresponded to that portion of the circle. Now we need to worry about this portion of the circle. Now, I know they look like the same circle, but again, they're created by two different planes. All right, so what we need to do is, well, first off, I need to switch back to my construction layer, and I'm going to project a point over from point 8. All right, and you'll see why I'm doing this in just a minute. And then I'm just going to draw a line over my visible line in the front, and then I'll extend a line up, and now I have a new intersection point. And the reason I did this is because I'm trying to find the extreme or the end axis of my ellipse, okay, and that's probably the easiest way to do it. Now I'm just going to copy over a line and I'm going to snap it to the intersection of those two lines. All right, and now I have my now I have all the points I need to create my ellipse. All right, I have my extremities here, okay, which projects the point here in this view, and then or I should say along that line. Okay, it's one line back, and then the line I just drew. Okay, and that crosses the center mark here. Alright, so I'll go back to my visible layer and I'll type ellipse. Okay, and need to start off at this point. Alright, it's one line back, you can see it right there, and then I'll go all the way over to the other side. Alright, and this is perpendicular. Alright, and then I'll snap to the intersection that I just found. Alright, and you can see that the ellipse that I just drew runs through that same part of the ellipse that I drew earlier. Alright, and that's exactly what it needed to do. And it also runs through this intersection point. Okay, and it's exactly as it should be. Now we have a line running from 11 to 12, and I'm going to go ahead and project that up so you can see why I say it should be exactly there. Alright, and let me do some trimming. The only portion of this ellipse I need is between here and here. I don't need anything else, so let me trim out what I don't need. Let me also trim away the part of the ellipse I don't need from before. Alright, and I'm going to draw a just a straight line in there. Alright, and that is going to be what the outside of the object looks like. Let me turn off my construction layer so you can see it. Okay, and also let me flip back over to the 3D model. Alright, this probably is a little bit confusing, and you'll probably have to go through the video more than once. Let me switch to the auxiliary view and compare that to our view that we just created, and you can see that these ellipses look a little different between here and here, but they meet at the same endpoint, and this line is true length. For example, that line I'm showing at 0.6141, and the line here is 0.6141. The line here is 0.8308, and mine is 0.8308. Okay, now all we need to do is to find the hidden lines in the back. Now this is actually can be confusing as well, but we'll do that very quick. Now we know that we will have a hidden line in the back between 13 and 14. Okay, and 13 and 14 is this wide in this view. So let's go ahead and do that one first. That's probably the easiest. All right, and let me switch to my hidden layer. All right, So I'll follow line 13, 14 down, and it will start here and end here. Alright, so that's one of the lines. Alright, now you can imagine, well, let me just show you. Well, switch over to let's change the way this looks. Let's give it a hidden edge, okay? And we'll go back to the auxiliary view, okay? So here's the line we just drew, and you can tell that we have looks like another ellipse there, okay? And of course the line that runs from that point all the way to the front of the object. So which you could have guessed because it's between points 12 and 14, alright? And it maintains the same width all the way down. So let's go ahead and put that in. Alright, and there's that. Now we just need to draw an ellipse for the portion in the back, okay? The same circle goes all the way around in the back. You don't have a partial circle, you have one complete circle, so that means we don't have to find any midpoints really. We already have them, okay? We have our extremes. We know everything we need to know. So what I'm going to do is just type in ellipse, and I'm going to go to this intersection point, okay? And then I'm going to project straight out, and the top of my ellipse, of course, is going to be coming from here, okay? It's point 7 in the back, which is along this line. Alright, and I'm just going to trim off what I don't need. Let's see what would be the best way to cut this out. Alright, and there it is. And let's turn off our construction layer. Have a look. Alright, and there is our completed auxiliary view, okay? We'll switch back over to the Inventor version, and you can see that there's that line running there and that line running there, okay? And that's what the completed view looks like. And I know this is a difficult one, and you'll probably have to do it more than once, but it's a very good problem, and if you understand this, you can feel confident that you have a very good grasp on this concept. And I'll go ahead and wrap this video up.